A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. Is the background drowning me out at all? Hold on. Let this truck go by, see how you pick up. Okay, my name is Eugene. My full name is Eugene Gerard Jacques. We're at my campsite that I've got out in Chrissy Fields Woods. And this is my tent, which is a 12 by 9 tent. And this is where I sleep. This is where I eat. This is where I more or less live.
The night that his body was found, that Eugene's body was found, the officer and I drove up here on this little street up here. We parked up there and then walked down this ridge. She looked over and we could see something that clearly indicated that someone was there. We walked very close to the tent, and that's when the smell was really quite intense.
I actually want to open the box up for you to see it, okay?
Okay.
Seeing that I'm an electrician, I was able to hook up some power. I tapped into the electrical box and I ran an electrical cord all the way down here to the tent. I got like a TV, a VCR, and I got a microwave, so which maintains me pretty good.
He's down in a gully. We're thinking, you know, he's this little campsite. And I walked down there and I said, well, how'd you find him? And they said, well, we followed the power cord. And I'm looking down and here's this red extension cord. And I go, well, what's this doing? Well, he was taking power off a building about 300 yards away. At that time, that's when I started looking around and seeing he's got a microwave, he's got a coffee maker, he's got a juicer, he's got a VCR, he's got a big television set, all in this, all in this tent, along with a big, fat cat.
My cat's name is Trouble. He means an awful lot. He's a good companion for me. And he's like a missing part of me. That sounds kind of stupid to talk to a cat, you know. But I'll sit there and I'll like talk to my cat and pet it and, you know, be lovable to it, feed it and take care of it. And it takes me away from my loneliness. The worst thing that's ever happened out there on Market Street was the time that somebody drove by with a car and actually shot me with a paintball. Them things hurt when they hit. Sometimes I'll sit down and some people will be really bad or really rude to me, like they'll come by and they'll tell me, you know, go get a job, you bum, or they tell me to go to hell, and that really gets me upset. I try not to show it, but at times I like get back at them and I tell them, they'll say, hey, look, you don't even know my background, you don't even know my situations. Why don't you just mind your own business? I'm originally from Berlin, New Hampshire. When I was a little kid, I remember where I used to play baseball cards. Hey, I used to throw baseball cards against the wall, and whoever used to get the closest card to the wall, you would win that card. Up in Berlin, New Hampshire, I also remember going hunting with my dad for deer. I remember when I was 9 years old, and once we did relocate to Boston, I remember that I had to learn the language, the English language, because I used to speak nothing but French language. Because out in Berlin, New Hampshire, it's nothing but French. I picked up in school, you know, people push me, I push back. They give me a hard time, I give them a hard time. And as a result of that, I got kicked out of school at the age of 16 years old. You asked me about my childhood, I'm telling you about my childhood. So my dad says, well, fine, you get kicked out of school. Basically, here's what you do. You go to work. Started working in this factory and that factory. Getting fired from this factory because I was drinking and doing drugs. Getting fired from this factory because I was being an alcoholic. You know, going one factory after another and having hard times in life.
We call him Buddy, just as the nickname we'd given him. We knew his name was Eugene, but everybody started calling him Buddy because he'd come up and just talk to us. So it was like he was our buddy. This was Buddy's house. This was Buddy's first house that we're aware of. It was all framed in with 2x4s, plywood ceilings, floors, walls. Nice place to live. Basically, this is Buddy's second home. We saw him crawling out one morning, just happy as could be. He told us he had a TV, he had a heater. He said his only complaint was in the middle of the night, he could hear the rats running around underneath the building, and So he said that his cat would take care of that problem. The day he got escorted out of here, we were still working, and he come walking up, and we told him that the park police were looking for him. He said, I don't have a problem with him. Walked over, talked to him, and next thing you know, he got in the back of the car, and then that's when he ended up over in his tent.
He got in the back of the car like they arrested him?
They didn't arrest him. They were just giving him a ride.
I don't do any drugs and I don't do any alcohol. I gave that up 5 years ago. Like me, I got to have it, but it's only smoking and drinking coffee, smoking cigarettes, that is, not dope. But I was heavily hooked on drugs, and I was heavily hooked on alcohol for quite some time because of my prison history.
And can you tell me about that event?
Tell you about that event. The event actually happened in Attleboro, Massachusetts. We were living in Mansfield, Massachusetts. I was, per se, 19, just barely going on 21. Between 19 and 21, I don't actually remember the actual age, right? And can we take a break right here for a minute?
Sure.
I don't want you to
Yeah,
screw up your film.
no problem.
I just got, Yeah.
And can you tell me about that event?
What happened is that I knew this person. He had a friend that he was living with, which was a female friend, and he was having like a New Year's party. And when we had a New Year's party, I was doing Freeman barbitals and barbiturates and drugs, acid and speed. And the party was going on pretty good. And she said to me, you killed my husband, well, you can have me. I said, okay. And so when he comes home, I said, I'll put him away. He come home at 11 o'clock, and when he came home, I told him, I said, look at me, I said, you gotta go. I took off my belt, wrapped it around his neck. He didn't give me a hard time, but I just wrapped the belt around him. He probably thought I was joking. Wrapped the belt around his neck, and pulled it and choked him. And when he choked, I went in the kitchen, got a steak knife, and I stabbed him twice in the heart. And he was dead. So I wrapped him up in a sheet, stuffed him up in the closet. When she come back, I told him, I said, okay, your husband is dead. Let's go for it. All right. And one thing led to another, worrying about what I'm going to do with the body, what's going to happen, whatnot. So about 3 o'clock in the morning, we decided we're going to take the body out. And we seen these police cruisers come on down the road. Within 5 minutes, the house was surrounded with cops. Cops arrested me. They said, you're under arrest for murder. Premeditated murder. I was only 21 years old, and I got to go through the prison scene, and I'm scared to death, and I don't know what the hell is happening. Just coping off of drugs or whatnot. They detoxed me through their hospital and medical facilities. And once I was in the prison system, when you learn the ropes in there, it was NCI Walpole in Massachusetts where I've done my time. My con number was W33081. That's one number, it's like a military ID number, you'll never forget it. You don't have a name no more, you got a con number. I could talk to you all day and all night about what's going on in prison, how the prison system is like. Getting screwed up the ass by black people and getting bullied around because I'm a kid, or having to, to do oral sex, with them, or having to do whatever they want, bisexual sex, and them wanting to make a fag out of me, or them wanting to make a homosexual out of me because I'm young and I'm scared to death. That's what they did. And after doing 16 years like that, of being within the prison and living at the edge of times after they released me, I was rather gladly to be free. And that's how I happen to be homeless, because I want to be free. I want to be free.
I was lost, even as a young boy. Never get along with the kids in my neighborhood. Nightlife, if I said it's the first time. Sleeping on the sidewalks and woke up by the working man. 'Cause the man in me won't let anybody see. I will wait until tomorrow, but tomorrow's just a dream. 'Cause the doesn't want to see you weep, 'cause your tears are